There comes a season in life where it feels like everything hits at once. The people you trusted walk away, the plans you were sure about fall apart, and the version of your future you carried in your head suddenly cracks. You start asking yourself, how did I end up here? This was not the plan. You wake up tired, not because your body is exhausted, but because your heart is. You go through the day like a robot, smiling when needed, talking when required, yet inside there's a quiet storm no one sees. This is the moment many people break and never come back from. But this is also the moment where some people are silently reborn. Life is not asking you if it hurts, it knows it does. Life is giving you a brutal, unfair, uncomfortable invitation. Stay down and accept this as your story, or stand up and rewrite it. Pain is the door you never wanted to knock on, but for the strongest people, it became the entrance to a completely new life. Right now, you may feel like you're at your lowest, but this might secretly be the first step of your rise. Pain is the teacher that doesn't knock, doesn't smile, and doesn't ask permission before entering your life. It shows up in the form of betrayal, failure, loss, rejection, or loneliness. And at first it feels like a punishment. You wonder, what did I do to deserve this? But if you look closely, pain is not just here to hurt you, it's here to show you what you could never see in comfort. It reveals the people who were only there for your good days. It exposes the habits that were quietly destroying you. It shows you how much of your happiness depended on things outside your control. Pain forces you to confront the truth, what needs to change, what needs to be let go, and what needs to be rebuilt. The strongest people are not born strong. They are trained by moments that felt unbearable. They did not learn wisdom from easy days. They learned it from nights that broke them. If you're in pain right now, don't just ask, when will this stop? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because the lesson you gain from this season might be worth far more than the thing you lost. The most dangerous question you can stay stuck in is, why me? It sounds innocent, but it drains your energy, keeps you in the past, and puts you in the role of a victim. Life hurt you, someone betrayed you, something failed, and yes, it's unfair. But as long as your mind is locked on why me, you are chained to what already happened. Strong people feel the same pain, cry the same tears, and face the same confusion. But at some point, they change the question. They move from why me to what can I do now? That shift doesn't magically erase the pain, but it gives you back your power. Why me looks for someone to blame. What now looks for a step to take. Maybe the relationship can't be fixed, but your self-worth can. Maybe the exam has already failed, but your future attempts aren't. Maybe the door is closed, but new doors haven't even been knocked on yet. You don't control what happened, but you still control what you do next. And that decision to stop replaying the past and start building the future is the first real sign of inner strength. Pain without purpose crushes you. Pain with purpose transforms you. When something hurts deeply, your mind automatically wants to label it. This is a curse, this is bad luck, this is the end. But the strongest people learn to give their pain a different meaning. They look at their heartbreak and say, this taught me to respect myself. They look at their failure and say, this is where I became serious about my growth. They look at their loneliness and say, this is when I truly met myself. You can't always choose what happens, but you can choose the story you tell yourself about it. Imagine seeing your struggle as training. Just like athletes push their bodies through pain to become stronger, life is pushing your character through situations that hurt, but those same situations are building your patience, resilience, faith, and mental toughness. When you decide, I'm going to use this, I'm not going to waste this pain, everything changes. Every tear becomes part of your strength. Every long night becomes part of your testimony. You stop seeing yourself as unlucky and start seeing yourself as in training. And trained people are far stronger than protected people. When life hurts, your instincts will scream, escape, distract yourself, scroll more, sleep more, talk more, do anything but feel. And for a moment it works. Your mind gets quiet, your heart gets numb, and you feel a little lighter. But then the distraction ends, and the pain is still there, waiting, sometimes even louder than before. The strongest people made a different choice. They stopped running. They sat with their pain and asked, what is this showing me? What needs to change? Instead of drowning it with distractions, they turned it into fuel. They went to the gym with a broken heart and let the weights carry their anger. They opened a book when their mind felt lost and let knowledge guide them. They started a project, a practice, a daily habit, anything that turned their hurt into movement. Does it hurt less? Not at first. But slowly, the energy that was destroying them from the inside begins to build something on the outside. Every day you have this choice. Avoid the pain and stay the same, or face the pain and grow into someone new. One path is easy now and heavy later. The other is heavy now and powerful later. Inside every painful experience, there is a massive amount of emotional energy: anger, frustration, sadness, fear. It all builds up like pressure in a bottle. If you keep that energy trapped, it turns into overthinking, anxiety, and hopelessness. But if you release it the right way, it becomes momentum. The shift begins with one question: what can I do with what I'm feeling right now? If you feel angry, use that intensity to push yourself in a workout, to clean your environment, to organize your life. If you feel sad, use that vulnerability to journal honestly, to reflect deeply, to reconnect with what truly matters to you. If you feel like a failure, use that discomfort as motivation to study smarter, to learn new skills, to prepare so well that the next time won't look like the last. Don't wait to feel ready. You won't. Take one small action while you still feel the pain. Read a few pages, take a walk, work on a goal for 20 minutes. These tiny steps look weak, but they're not. They are proof that even in pain you are moving. And the more you move, the less space there is for despair to control you. Imagine a future version of you who has already survived what you're going through right now. They are calmer, wiser, more confident. They've learned how to set boundaries, how to say no, how to protect their peace. They are not perfect, but they are unrecognizable compared to who you were during your lowest days. That version of you is not a fantasy, it is a direction. Every tough season you face is shaping that person. Your heartbreak is teaching them emotional intelligence. Your failures are teaching them strategy and persistence. Your lonely days are teaching them self-respect and independence. When you want to give up, picture that future self standing in front of you saying, "Please don't stop now, I exist because you kept going." The strongest people are fueled by this vision. They don't just suffer, they use their suffering to sculpt a new identity. They ask themselves daily, what would the stronger version of me do right now? And then they try to act that way, even if it's just a little. One day you'll look in the mirror and realize the person you once needed has become the person you are. It's easy to look at your life and only see the broken pieces, the promises that weren't kept, the people who left, the goals that didn't work out. You might look at yourself and think, I'm too damaged, too late, too far gone. But broken is not the same as finished. In fact, many of the most beautiful things in life are shaped through breaking. The ground must be broken for seeds to be planted. Muscles must be strained to grow stronger. Old beliefs must be shattered for new wisdom to enter. What if everything you're losing right now is making space for everything you truly need? What if the version of you that was built on approval, comfort, and fear is the one that is falling apart, so that a version built on strength, truth, and self-respect can rise? You are not the same person you were before this pain, and that's the point. You are in the middle of becoming more aware, becoming more grounded, becoming more powerful. Don't judge your story from the middle of the chapter. You are still writing. And the parts that hurt the most today might be the parts that inspire others tomorrow, if you're still listening. It means something inside you refuses to give up. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you feel like no one truly understands the weight you're carrying. But remember this, the strongest people you admire were once exactly where you are, on the floor, in the dark, convinced that their life was falling apart. What changed everything for them was not the pain itself, but the decision to rise through it. You have that same decision in front of you now. You don't have to fix your entire life today. You don't have to pretend you're okay. All you need to do is choose one thing. Don't quit on yourself. Take what you've heard and turn it into action. Write down what hurts. Write down what it's teaching you and choose one small step forward. One day, you'll look back at this season and realize this was not your breaking point. This was your turning point. And when that day comes, you'll be grateful that you held on just a little longer. If you want real change in your life, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a motivational video that could transform your future.